Right, this is a quick walk around video for a Mazda 2-litre Sport. As you can see here, this is the hardtop version with the electric retractable roof. Cars on a lovely plate, MX57MOL, so you've got the MX5 part of it. Just 63,000 miles in this car and looks absolutely fabulous in red. I don't normally do the videos at this point here. Unfortunately, where I normally do them, they're doing some roadworks nearby, and so there's so much background noise. I've come here, so it's just as quiet, but on the green stuff rather than the tarmac. I'll go around for you, but it really is, it's very hard to find a mark on this car. All the lenses on the front there, completely clean, intact, no condensation, cracks or otherwise. Front bumper of the car is pretty much unmarked, so I've got a fly buzzing around my mouth at the moment. Don't want to swallow it. No story about that. But absolutely pristine. And bonnet, I'm struggling. I'm looking as I'm doing this. I can't find a stone chip anywhere on there. I'm sure someone eagle-eyed with a microscope will find one, but I can't. Coming down to the near side of the vehicle, it's absolutely mirror smooth in the panel work there. Actually, no, tell a lie, there's a tiny little one. I'll pick that out for you just under the door handle. I can see it. So there we are. Front wing, absolutely clean as anything. There's a lustre of the paint that's nice. It's not been polished, just washed, so we've not done anything to it. Front alloy's in really good condition. Panel work down here is lovely. I said I did see one. I'm going to turn the camera around so I can get to show you that in a second, but bear with me. Rear wing again, clean as a whistle. Brand new tyres fitted to the car, which I mentioned in the following road test video. And I'll just come down at this angle here just to show the panel work there. It really is gloriously clean. So the only mark I could see of any great note, where was it? I think it was just there, but it is very, very small indeed. The roof itself is clean as a whistle. There's no marks on it at all. Area up here again, without any marks that I can see at all. I mean, there will be the odd tiny little one. Some, in fact, I can just see one there. No, it's not. The cobweb. There we are. And bumper area, all really very, very, very clean indeed. Coming down the off side of the vehicle, absolutely nothing on there at all that I can see. Really extraordinarily clean. Rear alloy again, really lovely condition. And again, obviously matching tyre to the other side, which is brand new. The panel work is glorious. And your final alloy wheel here. All the alloys in very, very, very good condition. But we're looking at a car externally in really, truly beautiful, beautiful condition. So inside the car now, I'll do the interior of the car in a second, but I just want to show you, obviously we've got electric release for the, or fold for that. You just got to pop that up out of position and then press and hold the button to release the roof, and just show you it all working exactly as it should. If I can come around. It's very quick, very efficient actually the way it does it. And that's it, it's all done. Now you see there, obviously, wind deflector well, so I've got the camera pointed in that direction as well, fitted to this car. Whilst the roof's down now, I'll just have a quick walk around it for you, and I'll shut up while I'm doing it because there's no point talking, so I've done the panel work for you just to show you the car in its all its glory with the roof down here. So I do apologise, it's slightly uneven ground, so if it looks a bit jumpy it's because I'm about to break my ankles falling into something. But there we are, it looks absolutely superb. Quickly just show you into the boot area, all in absolutely fantastic condition. It really is, been kept very, very nicely. All the plastic areas, surfaces generally very, very good. And the carpeted area looks fresh as a daisy. Just coming inside the car now. Passenger door card, absolutely pristine. whole of the interior of the car is in absolutely stunning condition. Really, really is. Leather seats, obviously full black leather, and the leather itself is absolutely fabulous. So sat in the car actually now, just show you that it's got the full owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key. Video really doesn't do justice to the interior, in all honesty. It is absolutely glorious. So got the sort of centre console there and little cubby holes as well. There's loads of them. We've got one behind the middle of the seats there as well. Coming up to the dashboard, you can see engine is running, 63,719 miles. No warning lights on the vehicle, of course. What will follow this video will be a road test of this very car. Right, this is a road test for a Mazda MX-5, and this is the 2-litre sports version, and this is the coupe with electric folding roof. Registration number of this car is MX57MOL, so a nice plate on the car, and it's the MX-5 bit on it. Mileage at the start of this brief road test is 63,702 miles. Reason for the road test, as I say in all of our road tests, is very simple indeed. We are now selling to customers from much further afield thanks to the internet and the way it works. People are willing to travel much further these days for the right car, right price, right spec, right everything. But obviously that's fraught with potential pitfalls. Most notably, of course, would be that if there was a fault with the car and you're driven 3 or 4 hours to go and see it, it would be hugely frustrating. So what we do is I do this road test on pretty much every car we sell on exactly the same road test route as any prospective buyer will drive the car on, and I can feed back anything good, bad or otherwise, and I am critical of the cars. It's not to say that I expect to have much wrong on the cars when we drive them, but I will pick up on anything if I'm not 100% happy with it. So what I always do, I start with the engines of the vehicle. Engine in this particular case, the fact the whole car has just gone through a pre-delivery inspection and engine oil change and engine filter change and engine service of the vehicle. So it'd be good for another 12 months. It's also going to go for a brand new MOT, hopefully tomorrow, by a local garage. We never undertake MOTs ourselves, we don't think it's right. It's a bit of a conflict of interest if you're doing your own MOTs, quite clearly. Only thing I picked up on the pre-delivery inspection, the car was in really fantastic order. Brakes, lights, everything were all absolutely spot on. Bodywork is really good on the car. All the electrical stuff works beautifully well. But I did pick up on 2 tyres are legal by a millimetre or so, which is, would give sort of fairly decent wear, but they would probably, in fact almost certainly, be an advisory on MOT. So I'm going to book it in tomorrow to have 2 new tyres put on the car, and the 2 others were in very good order, loads of tread on them. So 2 brand new tyres and 2 very good ones will be on the car when it's sold. So coming back to the car itself, engine starts absolutely instantly, of course. Great engines in these cars. There's no warning lights on the dashboard relating to the engine or any other part of the car. Temperature gauge on the car at the moment is just about 1/3, which is where it wants to be on one of these cars at operating temperature. But the engine pulls and sounds absolutely perfect. There's no kind of hesitancy, there's no strange noises, vibrations, whirrings coming from it in any way, shape or form. It's a really, really fine order. Engine then feeds through clutch and into gearbox. Clutch on the car, smooth, positive in its actuation, bikes at exactly the right point on the clutch pedal travel where you'd hope and expect it to be. But all seems very good there. Gearbox on the car, this is a truly classic gearbox. I'm driving, probably one of the top 5 gearboxes in current production. It's a wonderful, wonderful gear change. As an example of one, it's absolutely spot on. Gear change is positive, short in throw, wonderful in action. It really, really is. You know, it is one of these things, and I like it about the car. It's a gearbox that you can learn a bit about as well. You know, a positive, firm action is always required on them. You know, if you dilly-dally with them, they don't respond very well. Sorry, there's a phone going off there. I do apologise. But yeah, I mean, basically, so a couple of little hints when you're driving one of these cars is first to second gear, you should always apply a bit of pressure to the left-hand side, so that way, because with the 6 speeds, it's quite a close gate. So if I do it from first to second, I'll just show you actually. So when you're driving from first and you go to second, you hold your hand that way and bring it back like that. If you pull it back straight, you end up going kind of between second and third, second and fourth rather, and it'll sometimes bulk. But that's not the gearbox's fault. It's just how the action of the hand should be on the gear lever. But once you've mastered them, wow, what a gear change! Absolutely brilliant, it really is. So in terms of powertrain, can't fault it. It's absolutely spot on. Car tracks absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations apart from what you'd expect to come back to the steering wheel. You know, being transmitted from the road wheels. The steering's positive, accurate, quick, but more of that in due course. But I can't feel any wear, which is obviously the point of what I'm doing in the video here today. Likewise, the suspension in the vehicle is, they're deceptively comfortable cars. It's very smooth riding, very comfortable, but that's a sign of a very good chassis. They don't have to be rock hard to handle. This, I can't feel any kind of clonks or bangs coming up from underneath the vehicle. No obvious sign of wear in it at all. And the things I'm looking out for, much the same as anyone else would do themselves, will be things like, these little anti-roll bar links, drop links, suspension struts. You get a little bit of movement and they can clonk and bang. They're probably not unsafe, but just make a really lovely car just feel and sound a little bit old. But this is in fantastic order. It's so crisp. And it's obviously not very high mileage, so you'd expect it to be good. Brakes on the car, lovely solid brake pedal. So the pads and discs went to the PDI all in very, very nice order. But hitting the brake pedal, it pulls down straight and true. It doesn't pull hard right, left or otherwise. But they're all very, very good indeed. Looking inside the car, it's in absolutely fantastic condition. All the plastic surfaces, I can't see any obvious, wear. I mean, certainly around this side of the dashboard, all the way through the binnacle, it really does look like new. It's in lovely order. The heated seats work beautifully. It's all nice and simple to use. The electric roof works absolutely perfectly. Hopefully I'll have had time to do the walk around video and showing you that in operation by the time you get to see this one. The binnacle itself, classic MX5, classic British Roadster really, because that's where they copied it from. Very simple, easy to use and assimilate dials, really, really nice and functional, all working absolutely perfectly, of course. Steering wheel feels great in your hands, perfect size rim, again harks back to a kind of a 60s, 70s sports car. It's got that lovely feel to it. As I said, I'm really struggling to find much in the way of wear and tear inside the car. It's in that good a condition. But the car itself, I love the 2-litre engines. I know they do the 1.8, which is a perfectly good engine. There's nothing wrong with it. They're tough, they're reliable, they sound nice, but you've got to work them hard, and you haven't really got the power or the torque to exploit the chassis in the same way as the 2-litre has here. This one, you don't have to drive it hard to have thrills in it either. You're tootling about. You've got a lovely kind of rorty engine sound to it, but it's that's at low revs. You don't have to push it all the way around the red line to get the thrill, and it's got instant shove, instant push, and I said that matches. This chassis is a thing of absolute wonder. It's got a lovely solidity on the road, but it's also got a real precision and balance to the chassis, which is absolutely extraordinary. Obviously most people won't get to experience it, we all, hopefully, aware of kind of, how responsible we've got to be on the roads, but if you ever do kind of track days and things like that, you'll see just how capable these things are. And I've driven them around race circuits and they are quite extraordinary cars. The fact that they haven't got stupidly high levels of grip, which a lot of so-called sports hatches and sports coupes have, that's really to mask the fact that they don't handle that well, because they grip so high you won't get anywhere near the limits. You find out that most will just plough on understeer to, because the manufacturers are scared stiff of putting people in hedges quite for good reason, really. But experienced drivers driving one of these, you can have a lot of fun in them. They really, really are wonderful, wonderful cars. So the point of the video is to pick up on any issues with the car. I can't find anything whilst I'm driving the vehicle here, just driving around checking the mechanicals for you. It drives exactly as I'd hope, and I've driven loads of them. But what the video doesn't show, or can't get across to you quite clearly, is just how tight and how solid the car feels. It's a really great car. Obviously, being a hardtop version, it is that bit quieter than the canvas roofed version, or the soft top version, especially at cruising speeds on motorways. So 60-70 miles an hour, on the A roads or motorways, you can have the radio on and you can actually hear it. You can have conversations, whether you want to or not, with someone sat next to you. But it's a really lovely car. It drives absolutely beautifully. If I've forgotten anything on the video that I should have mentioned, it's not by intent or design. Please don't hesitate. Do give me a call and I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have about the car.